Welcome to my channel. My name is Rainer and this is Rainier Books, which pretty quickly will become your favorite booktube channel. So please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. More than 70% of my viewers are not subscribers. It's easy and it's free to subscribe. Well, I have not posted for a while now and people keep asking me with tears in their eyes, "Sir, when will your next video come out?" Here it is. I have 20 books today for you. Awards, books bought and books ordered and books read about. Let's do this. 4 awards have been decided recently. The Edgar for the best crime fiction novel went to the British author Charlotte Vassell and her novel The In Crowd. It is the second novel in a series that circles around Detective Inspector Caius Beauchamp. A body is floating in the River Thames. At the same time, Beauchamp is at the theater and a dead body is discovered just a few seats away. Apparently, it is the body of a girl who disappeared 20 years ago at 14 years old. 2 cold cases are reopened. The tone of this Detective Inspector Caius Beauchamp novel is a blend of satirical and darkly comedic with elements of psychological suspense and social commentary. Charlotte Vassell, the winner of the Edgar, uses the detective genre to explore not just the intricacies of crime, but the nuances of London's social strata, often with a sharp and witty edge. Usually I'm not interested in these kinds of novels, but I want to give it a chance, so please, dear library in Stockholm, buy it if you haven't done so yet. The Ben Faulkner Award 2025 went to Garth Greenwell for his novel Small Rain. The book delves into themes of illness, identity, mortality, and the complexities of art, portraying the story of a poet confronting a serious illness. Greenwell won against competitors like Percival Everett for James and Penny Aguda for Ghost Roads. The Carol Shields Prize for Fiction 2025 that rewards English literature by female or non-binary writers went to Kinesia Lubrin for her novel Code Noir. I've never heard about it before. The book reimagines the 1685 Code Noir King Louis XIV's decrees governing slavery in the French colonial empire through 59 interconnected stories. Each story corresponds to one of the original Code's articles, offering a multifaceted exploration of Black life, history, and resistance. Certainly a topic that is not especially popular with the new regime in the United States. If you follow my channel, you know that I have been in Oregon 3 times in my life and that Portland is my favorite American city. The Oregon Book Awards were celebrated 2 weeks ago and the Ken Kesey Award for fiction went to the novel We Were the Universe by Kimberly King Parsons. It deals with Kit, a young mother in her 20s living in Dallas, Texas, and grappling with the loss of her younger sister, Julie. A weekend trip to Montana brings not the desire to leave. It confronts Kit with her grief and the haunting presence of her deceased sister. Time magazine has named this debut novel, as one of the 10 best books of the year 2024. The author lives in Portland, Oregon, and that is why she won the Oregon Book Award for a book that is actually playing in Texas and Montana. Let's switch to something else and let's switch to my reading. I have bought the first 3 books this year, 2025, which is moving fast towards the end of its first half. It's unbelievable, it's already May, right?
May 1st, can you believe it?
I cannot believe it at all.
I cannot believe it's May already.
Can you believe we've already made it to May?
Can you believe it? We've already made it to May.
Can you believe May is already here?
So the book I am reading right now is Snow Road Station by one of my favorite authors, the Canadian writer Elizabeth Hay, which should be much more popular. Like the American Elizabeth Strout, Hay has returned to beloved characters in this novel. We meet Lulu and Nan again, 2 of the protagonists in her beautiful novel His Whole Life, which was one of my favorite reads of last year, although it was written many years ago. Both women are getting older, like we all do, and here they are in their early 60s, and Lulu, who is an actress, starts forgetting things. She starts forgetting lines in her texts, meets a man from decades ago, and then drives to Snow Road Station, north of Ottawa, to attend a wedding. I also bought Fundamentally, a book by Nusaiba Yunus from the shortlist of the Women's Prize this year, since it was recommended as a 5-star read by Kazia in one of the comments to my video about the long list. And the third book, nonfiction, and it is the real world that currently keeps me a lot from reading more fiction. It's true. The New India by Rahul Bhatia is a book about the rising nationalism in India, which widely is regarded as the largest democracy in the world. India, which has, as you know, surpassed China in April 2023 as the world's most populous country with 1.4 billion people. I know India only from reading fiction, most famously Aravind Adiga's Booker Prize winning novel, The White Tiger, so I'm excited to read this one. And there's a fourth book, an ARC, that I received from Nat Gelly. Thank you for this. And this is 23-year-old American Layla Motley's second novel. After night trawling that was set in her native city of Oakland in California, we meet 16-year-old Adela Woods, who is pregnant and sent to her grandparents in Florida. There she meets other young women who have kids or are pregnant and struggle to find their way into adult life and motherhood. Publication for this book is expected for June 24, and I hope to be able to deliver a review around that date. The Stockholm City Library, you know that I love it, works currently on 9 reservations for me. They're working hard. Longest wait will still be the Women's Prize for Fiction shortlisted novel All Fours by Miranda July, where I'm number 93 right now on the waiting list. 38 people before me will get Ivan Shetin's second nonfiction book, Barn Soldater, which means child soldiers in English, about the ever-rising number of young boys in Sweden who are working and killing for Swedish gangs in our suburb. As late as 2 weeks ago, 3 people were shot dead in a hairdresser salon in Uppsala, of the victims being a 15 and 2 of the victims being a 15 and a 16-year-old boy. Chetin has talked to child soldiers, parents, and police. Number 12 I am for Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's latest novel, Dream Counts, where she writes about several Nigerian women between the United States and Africa. I'm number 5 in the queue for A Leopard Skinhead by Anne Serre, shortlisted for the International Booker, a story about 2 women and their friendship. And I'm number 5 as well for the Japanese best-selling author Sayaka Murata and her newest translation, Vanishing World, another Japanese book that is obsessed with Japan's aging society and the problem to get enough children. A novel about men getting pregnant in a town where all children are raised communally and every person is considered a mother to all children. Only 2 readers are ahead of me for Reservoir Bitches by Dalia de la Cerdam, a Mexican short story collection. Recently, I have listened a lot to one of my ever-favorite bands, The Kings from England, and that made me curious to finally read the unauthorized biography X-Ray about singer and songwriter Ray Davies, which in the edition that I have ordered has a foreword by Ray Davies, even if it's unauthorized. Natasha Brown's second novel, Universality, could come pretty soon to my local library in Farsta, since I am number 1 on the waiting list, but they are still in the buying process of the book, so that might take some time. I have the same situation, number 1, but they haven't bought it yet, with All or Nothing, How Trump Recaptured America by Michael Wolff, which is, I believe, his 4th book about the political career of current American President Donald J. Trump. Not sure if I read it completely, since I believe the greatest and smartest man in the history of the world is taking up too much of our time, or also of my time already. We will see. And finally, a look at what is new and interesting in the book world. I found a couple of books that are interesting me. Sister Europe by American author Nell Zink takes us again to Berlin, Deutschland, like Aria Eber with her Women's Prize shortlisted Good Girl, which I have reviewed on this channel. The Passenger Seat by Australian author Vijay Kurana is a road movie novel about 2 men traveling through Canada and about the problems of masculinity, Joe Rogan, Andrew Tate, Donald Trump, that lies behind of what goes wrong in our times. Same River Twice, Putin's War on Women is the book that I'm currently reading by the Finnish writer Sophie Oksanen, a book-long essay about how misogyny has become foundational to the state's power. It It underpins the current regime, serves as a means of weaving international alliances, and forms an essential part of Russia's ongoing genocide in Ukraine, in turn posing a threat to the rights of women and minorities worldwide. So these were 20 titles in like a little bit more than 10 minutes that are going around in my head. What books are you currently thinking about and what books are you reading? Let me know in the comments down below, and I hope to see you soon here on this channel. Bye!